The core idea behind the New Leaders Playbook came out of a talk I'd been giving to CEO boot camps for about 6 years, and the work we've been doing with leaders moving into new positions. When I put the two together, I realized that it was the same ideas, that we're all new leaders all the time. And because of that, these three ideas of getting a head start, managing the message, and building the team are always appropriate. Anybody that thinks the next 100 days are going to be like the last 100 days is in for just a terrible surprise. The world is changing too fast. And that's why we all need to treat the next 100 days like they are the first 100 days of the rest of our career, because they are. And that's why we put together the New Leaders Playbook with the 10 things that virtually every new leader, needs to think about today, so he or she is ready for tomorrow and the next 100 days. Step one is preparing yourself for success. There are three components. There's you, there's your audience, your team, and there's the context. And preparing for success is combining those three. First, you have to know yourself. You have to understand your own beliefs, your own values. You have to understand what's really important to you, because out of that's going to flow your message. And your message is be, do, say. Who you are has to match what you say, has to match what you do. But that's really only the starting point, because leadership is all about inspiring and enabling others, so you have to think about the others. And as Charlie Szymanski tells us, the great leader of Red Cross Disaster Services, it's not about what you say, and it's certainly not about what they hear. It's about how they feel. And how they feel is about them and about you and about the context, the business context, the environmental context, and the culture they're coming from. So as you prepare for success, know yourself, know your audience, and know the context and the culture. Step two of the Leaders Playbook, of the New Leaders Playbook, is making sure that you're clear on the context and the culture you face. And this is somewhat of a new idea. I mean, parts of it aren't so new. But the context is a combination of the business environment, the social, the governmental, the political, the economic environment. It's a function of the organization's history, where it's come from, how it's gotten to where it is, and it's a function of the organization's most recent business results. When you put those together, you end up with how rapidly the organization needs to change. The other dimension is the culture. And culture is made up of the organization's behaviors, relationships, how the people work with each other, their attitudes, how they identify with subgroups, group, team, their values, and the work environment, the environment they've created. And when you put those two together, you end up with a matrix of, wow, we really need to change fast, we really don't need to change so fast, we've got a culture that's open to change or not open to change, and out of that you can figure out whether you need to assimilate into the way things are going, converge and evolve either fast or slow, or shock the culture. Just be careful on this shock stuff, because that's the most dangerous. If you shock a culture, it will push back. Either way, make sure you're clear on the approach you're going to take before you do anything.